Questions for Coach?
Is there an injury or anything with Rebecca, or was that just?
Nope, she's fine.
A little bit of slow start to each set. What did you see there, and how the team kind of worked through that and got going?
I think the Wright State's a solid team, and I was talking to our players about how they're trained to go for it, and you saw that with their swings. I mean, grabbing our pinkies, and number 10 was swinging away, obviously, every single time. So I don't know if maybe underestimating them or feeling like we could work into it a little bit, but I didn't think the slow start lasted very long, so it's good to see us bounce out of that and get everybody who was out there a lot of reps, and that was a big goal for us tonight.
With Minaya, what have you seen from her that made you think she was ready, and then how did you think she was?
Just she reads the game really well for a freshman, and she hates when you even say that. Like, as a freshman, she's like, I don't want to be viewed as a freshman, which that's an amazing mentality to have. So, but she reads really well, and she's super powerful, and she's not afraid to swing, and she's going to go for it. So we wanted to see her do that in the game, not just for a few points, but see what that looked like consistently for 3 full sets.
What does a freshman have to do in a coach's eyes to not be viewed as a freshman?
Take care of their business on and off the court is a big one. Come into every practice mentally, ready to get better. I think that's probably one of the most difficult things for a freshman. And going for it and swinging away and not acting scared or intimidated.
Did you work with Minaya at USA volleyball camps before you?
No, I did not.
How did you feel when you started to learn about her and knew you'd get to coach her here?
Well, we recruited her a little bit when I was at Louisville, so I obviously knew about her then. And then when she decommitted from Northwestern and committed here, I thought that was pretty interesting timing, and I didn't know why. But when I got the job here, I said, well, we're going to be pretty set in the middle position for a while. So I knew she was a great player, and she'd be ready to go.
How important is a match like this for Virginia just to get some confidence up?
Huge, and it's important for her and Bergen to, feel more comfortable with each other, and for Bergen to know what kind of set she needs. So that was great. Thought tonight, both of them together connected really well, and Virginia looked a little bit more like herself than she has the last couple games.
You played Campbell some versus Lipscomb. Why did you stick with Bergen this whole time, this match?
Well, at some point you gotta say you can't always be about getting everybody in the game. You gotta give the players that are out there some time to work through some things, and that's what I felt like we needed to do tonight, is give Bergen and Virginia just a full game. I don't know if they haven't had one of those in a while, except for the really tough ones that the beginning of the year.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks, I think the word you used at one point was it was a bit of a gauntlet that John Cook gave you for those the first 2 weeks of the season. How does this first weekend coming back home, but kind of having a little bit more of you're in your home's court, get you that kind of that adjustment, getting those players the time they need, but also in an environment that is a little bit more controlled?
Yeah, the game routine is really important, I think, especially for the younger players and newer players, to figure out what their routine is. And it's hard to figure that out on the road because practice times are different times, and you're moving, and in Nashville we had all sorts of different things to deal with. So now this is the time they can really hone in on what's going to make them great to step on the court. So it's really, really beneficial to be back here, and this is a great weekend for them to figure that out.
How do you continue, I guess, find a role in whatever capacity for someone like Minaya when she has 2 All-Americans in front of her?
Well, it's a long season, and Becca and Andy are both, obviously they're in great shape. Becca's probably from what I know of her, some of the best shape she's been, and playing amazing. But it's a gauntlet to go through the Big Ten season, and there's days we have back-to-back matches, and they're not going to feel their best every single night. So it'll be awesome to have Manai in that role. And again, we're pushing them so hard in practice that, again, during matches, they don't have to feel their absolute best and perfect every single night because we have such a deep bench. So that should pay off in December, where we're playing great and we've been tested day in, day out in practice and in games.
All right, thanks everyone.
Thanks.